So with all of that said, the solutions that you propose are pretty big government solutions. You're a guy who obviously worked in the private sector, and you ran a charity that was specifically designed for helping people in the sector. Why do you think that stuff is insufficient? Why isn't it that it should just be about private charity, for example? That's been my proposal, is that there needs to be a lot more upswing in private charity, that we need to encourage.
Okay. If your words, there needs to be an upswing in private charity. If your words changed anything at all, that would make it a public policy. That's typically what we use public policy for. Okay, you can't say that there needs to be an upswing in private charity, because that would make it no longer private charity. Typically, the way that we encourage private charity, or what you call private charity, is through public policy. That's the thing about the market, which is private. It doesn't care what you think it needs, it just does what it does. Ben Shapiro obviously has no real grip on what society needs, because his proposal that there needs to be more private X, there needs to be an upswing in private anything at all, is just incredibly asinine and foolish, and doesn't show he has any kind of understanding or grip of what he's fucking talking about. You can say that all day, that there needs to be more private charity, but that's not going to yield any results unless you go out and make it yourself. That's what it means to be private. Typically, if you want to encourage something in a charitable way, and you think there needs to be more of it, we would use what is called a government subsidy. That's what a government subsidy is for. Policy is what we use when our words want to change something. So it's a waste of breath to sit and say that there needs to be an upswing in private charity. Because how do you figure? How do you figure there needs to be an upswing? How do you figure? What's going to cause this upswing is my question. So Ben Shapiro obviously has no real grip on what his solutions are. He just sort of sits back and says there needs to be more shit. There needs to be more free shit. Join the club, buddy. Anyway.